What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and today the Knights of the Mediterranean DLC launches live for Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. If you have not already got your hands on this DLC, make sure you head over to the Steam store and pick it up. And I'm going to be going through your Age Up guide for the Malta, aka the Maltese civilization here, so you know what your options are here as you're going through the ages. Okay, so your first age up options look like this. You've got the governor, quartermaster, the naturalist, the inventor, and the logistician. Looks very similar to many of our other European civilizations, so not going to be any crazy curveballs here. So the governor, you get your 1 outpost wagon, 200 coin. The quartermaster, you get your cores of 400 wood. With the naturalist, you get your 2 settlers and 2 semi-fattened cows. The inventor, you get the hot air balloon ability for explorers, and then the logistician, it costs extra food to age up, gives you your arsenal wagon and a free arsenal technology. So I think your options here for the second age are going to lie here with these 3. Particularly, I like the 400 wood just because wood is always a super valuable resource in Age of Empires 3. It's one of the slowest resources to gather, so 400 wood's gonna be good. You can place down a trade post, maybe even you're going for some stagecoach, or maybe you want to use that to get your military going. Do you want to go double barracks? Do you want to do barracks and maybe commandery? You have a few different options. So wood can be really nice. 2 settlers is also great, right? Getting an additional 2 villagers can be a good option. And then, of course, you do get the cows, so that'll be some additional food you can eat quickly. And then an outpost wagon and chest of 200 coin. I think in general, a lot of people tend to be playing Malta as some kind of fast fortress civilization. So this can be another great option for you, right? You're gonna get an outpost and you get 200 coin. You can go ahead and ship some coin, 700 coin. Then you only got to gather 100 essentially to age up to the 3rd age. So personally for me, I will probably be picking either the governor or the quartermaster, and likely going to lean towards the governor if I'm going to be going for a fast fortress type of build. But if I'm going to play maybe a semi-fast fortress or a little bit of an extended H2, I think the quartermaster might be your best option just for this 400 wood. So let's go up with that there and look at our next options. Okay, so here we are in the next age. Let's look at our age up options for age 3. Okay, we've got the adventurer, the bishop, the admiral of the ocean sea, the sergeant of arms, the mercenary contractor, right? We've seen these guys before. So looking at your options here, I think your best are going to be probably the bishop, getting that 1 covered wagon, right? Because that's an additional town center. And that particularly can synergize with if you send this car, the Winged Court Constructions, which should be in all of your decks here for the second age. It makes settlers gather natural resources 30% faster when nearby a town center, outpost, or commandery. So you got to think about that. If you got 2 town centers online, you could spread that out a little bit, but you're just gonna you'd be able to expand that reach of your that buff that you're gonna have from that card, and you can really turtle up with 2 town centers, some extra villager production speed. That it's just really gonna be nice for if you're going for that kind of turtley playstyle that Malta seems to be a strength for, as far as a lot of the fixed guns and forts and all that goes. As far as some other options, if you know you have like some heavy pressure incoming, or your enemy, is not sitting back, maybe you're playing against someone that is turtling up or going for the 3rd age and maybe you got some time, 8 crossbows could also be a decent option. It's going to deal with if your enemy is pushing you with some musketeers early on, perhaps some pikes. 8 crossbows pop out, not to mention you can level those up. They're going to be pretty good. Another one you could consider on a water map, of course, the Order Galley and the cores of 300 wood would not be too shabby on a map, or a water map, or a map with like a pond in the middle. Having that Order Galley you can put in there and some extra wood to go with it, that could be pretty decent. For hospitalers, it's pretty decent. I would say if the enemy has like a lot of cavalry, maybe that would be particularly good because they're in a heavy infantry unit. They're the ones that will absorb the damage of the nearby, a little bit of damage of nearby units. But as far as for me, you also got this enabled armored pistoliers and cannoneer hiring. If you want to go the mercenary route, that might be a build you're going to go for. But for me, I'm likely going to go for the covered wagon or the 8 crossbows, likely leaning towards this one. And then on a water map, maybe give this one a little bit of consideration. And I think these are probably be your best option. So let's go up here with the covered wagon to the 3rd age. Okay, there we go. Now we are in the 3rd age. Let's look at our age 4 options. We've got the engineer, the logistician, the pope, the war minister, and the papal guard. Okay, from the left to right, we got the engineer, 2 falconets. You know, that's always gonna be good if your enemy has a bunch of infantry. Yeah, dropping out 2 falconets can be quite nice, but a lot of times in the late game, you know, 2 falconets, you're likely can have some a lot more resources in the bank. You can have, you know, send 1,000 gold shipments. Maybe 2 falconets is enough value for you. A fort. So if you're really going for that turtley, a fort spam play, a fort can be a good option. You've got the Pope, which is going to be 1,000 XP. So if you've got some age 4 shipments you really want to spam out, that can be good. I know for me, a lot of times, honestly, I like to do the XP just because in the last age, there's so many good cards. You know, you want to get your factory online. If you want to get these rocket cards, there's so many nice shipments to go for. So this can be a really nice shipment option. 5 order dragoons. So these dragoons, when it says order, like these are shadow teching through the ages. So these are going to be age 4 dragoons immediately when you hit the 4th age. And then the papal guard. Guard upgrades for crossbowmen and hand infantry can be researched very cheaply. So if you've really invested in your crossbows throughout the ages and want to upgrade these, this is going to be an option that could be great for you. But for me, I'm likely going to lead towards, if I'm not under heavy pressure, this 1,000 XP is just a super great option for getting those shipments out. And then another one, if I was really going for some turtley gameplay, perhaps this 1 fort wagon, or maybe I just need these 2 falconets in a pinch. So I'm going to go up here with the Pope. Okay, and we've got our last age up here to the Imperial Age. Let's look at our options. We've got El Presidente, the General, the Mercenary Contractor, the Knight, and the Scottish Marshal. Okay, with El Presidente, you'll get 2k coin. The General, 2 heavy cannons. I mean, I'd say for age 5, 2 heavy cannons, like that really doesn't get the job done for me if I'm going to the 5th age. The Mercenary Contractor, Mercenary and Outlaw hit points and attack greatly increased. So of course, if you've been going for a mercenary build, you're really leaning into this, you know, this could be a good one for you. Knighthood and Peerage researched here with the Knight. And then a Scottish Marshal grants your Grandmaster that's your Explorer, by the way, a devastating swashbuckler ability. And honestly, like this one feels like a little bit of a meme, but typically in age, like when we're looking at an age 5 scenario, you're already looking at PopCap armies. Like having a super strong Explorer can be actually quite valuable. But if you really need that coin, perhaps you're really trying to afford some of those upgrades that are so expensive, of course, in the 5th age, that could be good. I mean, these are going to be 2 heavy cannons. It's nice, but I don't know if that's enough value for your age 5 age up. So for me, I would either go with the Scottish Marshal likely if I'm like Pop Max, or if I'm really trying to get some upgrades, El Presidente I think would be a good option. So with that, those are all of your age up options here for the Knights of the Mediterranean as far as Malta is concerned. And just a quick look at your revolution in case you're curious. There's the Barbary States, which gives you 10 Corsair marksmen, right? Those are really nice marksman units, and privateers can be hired from the dock. Settlers become Barbary warriors. Then with Hungary, all outposts spawn a hedjuk, and every shipment delivers an extra outpost wagon. Settlers become Grinzers, revolutionaries with more range but less hit points. So those are your options there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this age up guide. Let me know down in the comments which options you're going to be going with through the ages, and if you have any questions about Malta, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there on the ladder. For more Malta guides, take a look around the channel. We've got reviews of the civilization, some casted games, and a variety of Italy content as well. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.